What's going on, guys? 68 Charger here. Welcome back to the page. So I recently took out my 318 engine and 904 transmission and swapped in a 402 Magnum Crate Engine as well as a 727 transmission. So in this episode, I'm going to be showing you the process of swapping out the engine and transmission, as well as some of the issues that I ran into once the new Magnum engine and transmission were in there. Let me know if you have any questions, and as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so here we have the 68 without an engine. There's the original 318 engine, 904 transmission. And this is gonna be the new engine in the Charger. Right, we just finished taking out the headers and everything else, so we're just pretty much ready to pull the engine out. All right, so I got a little bit ahead of myself knowing that this engine had the wrong oil pan for my car. So I went ahead and ordered this one right here with the mid sump. This one had it in the back, but it would actually mess with the crossbar of the steering. So anyway, I took it out. I'm about to put this one in, but before I do that, I do need to switch out this pickup tube to put a different one in. So I just removed the oil pump. I'm about to replace the pickup tube. The pickup tube that I need is this one right here, and it is part number 18346. I'm about to switch that out and get that oil pump back on. So I just removed the old pickup tube, put the new one in. The new pickup tube is in for the oil pump. These are the two bolts right here that you have to remove. And I just put everything back on. So now I'm ready just to scrape out the bottom of this block, and then I can go ahead and put the new oil pan back on. Ready to put the steering crossbar again. Next step is to put the headers back on. Only issue I ran into is with this 727 transmission, the new transmission. It's a little bit longer than my 904, so I did have to take my drive shaft to get shortened. So that should be coming in a couple of days. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna start putting everything back together and getting it ready so that I can get it started. On this end, I just have to put the radiator back on, put in the coil, and then rewire everything, and then I should be good to go. The last thing that I need to install before turning the car back on is this guy right here. I had to go ahead and get the drive shaft a little bit shortened because I originally had a 904 transmission with my car. Now I have a 727, and the 727 is about 4 inches longer. So that is the only thing that I need to do, was shorten it a few inches. That way it clears, and that's what I'm about to do before getting the car started. Drive shaft is in. Car's ready to go, everything's wired, everything's checked. Next step is to just put all the transmission fluid, oil, power steering fluid, radiator fluid, and then we are good to go. So we should get the car started in the next 10 minutes or so. I did want to point out that I did run into 2 issues. I finally got the car running, and the original carburetor that was in here was a Holley 750 dual pumper, was actually just leaking out of everything because it was a used motor that I got from my sister. So I ended up just taking it out and putting in this replacement Edelbrock ABS2, which is running awesome and it's running perfect. And the next issue that I'm running into right now is currently, I just put in the shortened drive shaft, and for whatever reason, whenever I start driving at about 2,000 RPMs, I start getting a really bad vibration. I was looking around and think I found the issue, so hopefully it is not an issue with the drive shaft being unbalanced. The issue I found is this transmission mount is actually broken. So I bought a new one. I'm gonna take this one out, I'm gonna replace it, and then take the car for a test drive, and then hopefully the shaking and vibration will stop at 2,000 RPMs. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So I just removed the old transmission mount, and as you can see, the welding just broke off right there and right there as well. So this seemed like it was a solid transmission mount, and it's been broken, so that's probably the reason why I was getting all that vibration. I did get this new one right here, so hopefully this one works a little bit better. It's not a solid mount transmission mount, so hopefully it reduces a lot of the vibration that I was getting with this one over here. What I ended up doing is I left those bolts that you can see right there. So let's see if I can. So those bolts right there, I left them a little bit loose. That way I could put the transmission crossbar in. And then once I had it in place, I went ahead and tightened these once it was aligned. That way I wasn't forcing the mount on the transmission. It went in really smooth, and hopefully there's gonna be no more vibration when I turn the car on.